And the Buffaloes will put total leather and will get started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Delaware's offense takes the field for the first time today. And they're going to be met by one of the best defenses in the nation, David. And I know seeing a defense doing what they want, when they want to do it, makes you a happy man.
Right, defense is starting to make a comeback. Like, I'm excited about this new era of football. Like, we're seeing better tackling, and we're seeing better...
There he goes. Past the first down marker and still running. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. And the Blue Hens want to move quickly. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Guys, let's take a second here and talk Delaware. Really good win on the recruiting trail last week. Got a commitment from a 4-star linebacker.
He's going to help them out a lot because of his speed. He simply has things you can't coach from the linebacker position. So his ability to track the ball sideline to sideline, but also get downhill, he's going to make this defense a whole lot more difficult to move the football against.
He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Blue Hens back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. He'll do it himself. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. Guys, let's chat for just a moment about Delaware. Every team needs those big dudes up front, and man, they got a mauler from the high school recruiting ranks. Big 4-star D lineman. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Well, you see the excitement from the fan base and the reaction. It's all over the place, and you understand why. Because just being able to have that size at that position, play the defensive line, is so important for these college teams. He'll fit right in.
Grab near the marker. It's Daly. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
I think as a play caller, you love to see your guys getting into a rhythm early in the game, right? 3rd down, you dial up the slant. It's a good route, a good throw. This offense is off to a nice start.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Daly. And this one will be stopped for no gain. 10th play of the drive coming up, but this time a chance for the defense to get off the field on 3rd and long. The throw. Right on the money. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack. So the Colorado Buffaloes offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Just those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won. And last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. But when you're going backwards and you're giving the offense on the other side.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And that's not a good sign for this offense. You gave up 4 sacks a week ago. Now you're already getting your quarterback hit. They've got to protect their dude. They got to give him more time so he can make plays down the field. Protection is the biggest issue for this offense.
The Buffaloes will line up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Guys, a double mare offense going back to work. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense turning it on. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. First down here for the offense. To the air on first down. Under fire. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, he'll throw it. Using the quick game. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got his man downfield. He's brought down the one, a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. The defense calls the timeout, their second of the day, as they try to get their act together. And the Blue Hens are moving quickly down the field. From the shotgun, the inside give. Quick spin on the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
Brings up second down.
Calls his own number. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Delaware.
It's just so nice to have a signal guard who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Week to week, it's so tough to figure the ACC, which is why this one is notable. Stanford is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Jim Plunkett, this might not be over just yet. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Cal. Any big changes in this ACC clash, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Makes a man miss. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. And the Buffaloes decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll take it on the return. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. Guys, the Blue Hen offense going to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Working the middle. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33. The Blue Hens are in the hurry-up.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. And the Blue Hens with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. It's caught downfield. They stop him at the 22, 15-yard pickup on the play, and a first down just outside the red zone. Wants to throw again. He's got his man, makes the grab. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score.
successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job, and that helped lead to the home run.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point makes it 14-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Looking to throw on first down. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Now on 1st and 10 from the 29.
First down for the offense.
Looking downfield on first down. Firing to the right, complete. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. And the Buffaloes can really attack on this 2nd and short. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. The Buffaloes have it with a 1st and 10.
And that's why quarterbacks take their offensive lines out for all-you-can-eat wings. Clean pocket, able to step up, scan the entire field, and pick the open receiver.
They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
He's got it on the right. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Give to the back. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Trying play action. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it. He's at the 40, the 20. Touchdown, Delaware. The defense takes matters into its own hands. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
Nice job by the defense forcing the fumble. That took the perfect bounce right into the DB's hands. He shows you the speed and takes it back all the way for a touchdown. That was the definition of a fortuitous bounce.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Quick completion on the out. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Quick strike complete. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. First play of the period, first down here. Wants to throw on first down. Looking for a huge play. Makes a grab to the 25, and there's room. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
He makes the grab. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. And the Buffaloes have it with a 1st and goal. Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Just gets rid of it before the heat. That pressure got to him and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Wants to keep it in the air. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Bucks! Quick strike through the air for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And now the Blue Hen offense onto the field. Trying to start the drive with a pass. He tries to take the top off. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Picked off. What a play to set him up. Got some room to run. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. And the sudden change magnified for this defense as it's 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field.
Offside, defense.
Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. He'll try to tack on one more. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, a quick update on a notable game going on right now in the ACC. Stanford is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Jim Plunkett, this might not be over just yet. They're trailing by 11 to Cal. Any major changes in this ACC standoff, you'll hear about them first from us, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Blue Hens moving quickly to the line.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that 1st down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Quarterback on the keeper. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again.
As an offense, you're okay with that. You're going to run option plays, and sometimes you're going to bust it big, but sometimes you don't necessarily read it correctly, get some positive yards, and then we come back and we do it all over again with different reads against the different defense.
Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down. Oh, they're after him. Forced to just throw it away on 3rd down, and now they face 4th. And the Blue Hens line up to punt it away. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Wants to fire on second down. And he drops it, just took his eye off of it at the last minute. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. And the Buffaloes will bring the punt team onto the field. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. The fair catch just inside the 40. They'll try the run. Breaks into the open. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the first down. The Blue Hens just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Touchdown, Delaware! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They scored fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Surging forward on the sneak. The Buffaloes with the 1st and 10. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. To the air on second down. Boy, was he well protected. Finally lets one go to the left. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Rushes on him. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And the defense just gets their 4th sack of the day. And guess what? This offensive line, they gave up 4 last week too. So you need some consistency up front. Make sure you protect that QB that can make those big plays for you.
And the Buffaloes will punt it away on 4th down. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Quarterback making adjustments. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. And the Blue Hens want to crank the tempo.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Under fire. And the quarterback goes down. There is a penalty flag on the field, but I think the defense might have the option just to take this play. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. They'll send the back in motion. Wants to go up top. Gets open down the middle. And tackled there by the defense. The Blue Hens are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. He's got his man across the middle. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Makes the grab. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. And the Blue Hens have pushed it inside the 20. On 3rd down, he drops the throw. Bringing the heat. He's got it and still on his feet. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. Smashes it between the uprights. And now the lead is even bigger.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so he puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off play action. Pass is complete near the sidelines, but they'll lose yardage. Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down now. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He picks up the first down, brought down, but not before he put that dude in a blender. And the Buffaloes will line it up on 1st and 10. Just keeps slinging it. Pulls it in.
And the defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get 2 bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
At the 40-yard line. Good enough for a 1st down.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long.
2nd down.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Got a man in the middle. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. To the air on 1st down. Snags it over the middle. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a 1st down. 8th play of the drive coming up. Looking to throw on 1st down. That's reeled in. It's Dennis. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around. Looking to fire. Quickly to the tight end. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the first down.
At the 23.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Boy, this defense is ridiculous. On point. They know how to rush the passers. Multiple guys getting it done. 5 sacks, and we are still in the first half.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. It's complete on the right side. That should be the final play of the first half. Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. And they weren't able to get him in the middle of the field, so now a 49-yarder from the right hash. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, many thanks. Happy to provide a break in the action to kind of pour over exactly what has transpired so far. And it's been an absolute clinic in fundamental defensive football so far. A total standoff with both teams refusing to give an inch. And I know this new era of football is about chucking it all over the yard and just outscoring the other team. But this game is a throwback, and to be honest, it's refreshing.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Finds his tight end. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call.
Holding. Offense.
This offensive line trying anything to protect the quarterback at this point. Nothing's working, and they'll back up after the holding penalty. Running into the open space. There he goes. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Line getting set on second down. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Looking downfield on first down. Got his man. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
I tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet in my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better, please?
The Buffaloes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. And the Buffaloes will punt this one away. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. Okay, guys, here comes the Delaware offense onto the field. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line, pick up a 4. The Blue Hens want to pick up the tempo.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. He hurls one deep down the left side. Makes a grab for a big play. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. Wants to throw on 1st down. Gets it to the back. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down. Now the play fake. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Blue Hens look to keep this drive humming. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. It's complete to the left. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. 2nd down coming up. Back to pass. On target. Wrestled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And the defense has given up some plays, some passing yards on this drive. You want to stop that? Nice job rushing the quarterback, making him feel a little bit of pressure and getting him on the ground, and now getting him behind the sticks.
They'll play it safe and try for 3. And he'll try to make it 2 for 2, this time from 35 yards away. Absolutely center cut. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Bought a little time, lets it go. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. He'll pull it on the read. Oh, he's got some space. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27.
And 1st down for the offense.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. And the Buffaloes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Leaves it with the running back. Gets it past the 1st down marker and still running. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Buffaloes pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Complete to the left. A huge pickup on the play before he goes out of bounds, but the question is, will it stand? There is a penalty marker on the field. They'll back him up with a holding penalty this time. They've spent most of the day backing them up with sacks anyway. They go to the ground. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And this one will be stopped for no gain. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. And that wall they need to climb to get back in this one, guys, is still 20 points high. Guys, the Delaware offense going back to work. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive. Time to take a shot. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Right on target this time. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one. Now a 1st down from the 45-yard line. They'll move the tight end. Leaves it with the back. Got the 1st down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quickly complete. Brought down at the 28. A chunk play, 15 yards on that one, and a 1st down. They'll run it from the gun. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Win with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. Motion from the wideout. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Finds his big tight end. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Plucks it out of the air. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They're working that left side. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the 1st down. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. He'll keep it himself. Touchdown, Blue Hens! And the beatdown has ensued. You can see it on the sideline. They built a comfortable 4th quarter lead, and they know they're going to go 11-0.
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option, and you've seen the evolution with scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, every game in the Big Ten so very critical. How about this one today? Washington is currently ahead in this one inside a jam-packed Husky Stadium, but the purple and gold have struggled to really pull away. They're up by 13 over Wisconsin.
Off-play action on 1st down.
We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking to fire. Got his man. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Pulls it in. It's Dennis. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Here comes the offense on second down. He'll do it himself. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. And the Buffaloes come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Stands in and takes the hit. Makes the grab inside the 30. His defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26.
You know, you just can't coach toughness in quarterbacks. This guy's been sacked multiple times in this one, and on that last play, he gets drilled again, but he delivers a strike. I'll tell you what, this guy's going to be in an ice bath after the game.
On the run, it's Barco. Turning it on. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. And the Buffaloes kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. From the red zone, looking for a man. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
What can't you say about how dominant this guy has been each and every week? He's making a case for the Heisman Trophy. He's making a case for every major college football award. He's making a case to be the #1 overall pick in the NFL draft. That's now his 20th sack of the season.
Back to pass on second down. Pressure coming. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Man, this poor quarterback, he's got no time. You got to protect your quarterback. You got to find different ways to do it. Sometimes it's not working with 4 wide receivers. Maybe you bring in a couple tight ends, go max protection, more guys blocking, less guys in routes, but you got to find something to have success.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And he couldn't find quite enough running room to reach the line to gain. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on a shot toward the end zone. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Guys, the Blue Hen offense going to work. Intercepted. The defense has set him up. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And some guys just have a knack of finding the football, and he is one of them. Like, you can just tell when the ball's in the air, he's like, that is mine. His second big game-changing play in this football game.
Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds his big tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Quarterback on the keeper. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple. And the last thing they need is to squander this great field position facing a 3rd and long. Gets it out fast. He can't find enough room. Stopped at the 17, and it brings up a 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Finds him out of the backfield. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down. Running back searching for a hole. Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy.
Second down coming up.
Off the play fake. Zings it complete to the right. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Got his man quickly. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. The Blue Hens will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll be content with the field position, making the fair catch right around the 30-yard line. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. To the ground with the back. Got the first down and still on his feet. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. That's the way to open a drive. Now they'll put it in play just shy of midfield. They're going to ride this running back. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Off the play fake on first down. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
Man, I bet the frustration meter for this offense is so high. If you can't keep your quarterback upright, it's hard to move the ball. It's hard to score points. This offensive line has not protected him at all, and that's why so many sacks keep happening.
The Buffaloes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Gonna run it. It's Barco. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. A 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Pocket breaking down. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. From the gun, the running back has it. Finds some fresh air. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. The offense set for a first down play. From the gun, running back on the move. Running with some authority as he bangs his way to the 43. With the clock running, this should be the final play. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan meet face, ball game over.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.